outside the van.
The first video tonight comes from No Limit Van Life, a van life channel focused on stealth camping, overnight stays, and the realities of living on the road. The content often shows interactions with authorities, hidden parking spots, and real-time decision-making. It is August 20th, 2022 at a coastal area, California, United States. The creator explains that he has been using the same hidden parking spot near the beach for several days. The location is convenient, easy to access, and low on fuel use, but it sits close to posted no parking zones. While it feels discreet, repeated use increases the chance of being noticed over time.
To get the knock, bound to happen. I was tucked away under the tree, but the sheriff found me. Started knocking on the outside of the van. I was freaking out. You always have to have a plan, and my plan is to not answer any knocks. Say that I had my earphones on and that I was editing. You can do work anywhere. So I could say I fell asleep with my earphones on while I was editing. Hopefully, they'll just knock, hang around for a few minutes, and then leave. That's what ended up happening. So my plan worked, but who knows?
After the knocking stops, he remains inside for another 40 minutes. The uncertainty is the key factor. Without confirmation that the officer has left, any movement could draw attention. The risk isn't just the knock. It's what might happen if he's seen leaving immediately after. No ticket or warning is left behind.
The dice again. The reason why I'm so happy I didn't answer the police and didn't have any contact with them, they could have told me that I can't be there. I have to listen or else. I can look in these windows and I can see what's going on in here. People, they say that they can't see anything. I think she saw me.
Later, another van lifer confirms a similar experience in the same area. Police arrived within an hour of him parking, suggesting the location is now actively monitored rather than overlooked. Despite this, the creator still considers using the spot again, highlighting the trade-off between convenience and risk. This encounter isn't about confrontation. It's about uncertainty. Nothing escalates, no ticket is issued, and no direct interaction takes place. But the situation reveals a shift. What once felt like a hidden, reliable spot is now being checked regularly. The tension comes from not knowing what would have happened if the door was opened, and whether next time the outcome would be different. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, leaving a like really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. We recently passed 50,000 subscribers, and that's entirely because of you. The next target is 100,000 before the end of the year. Ambitious, but worth aiming for. There's a hidden word somewhere in this video. See if you can spot it. Now, let's continue. The next horrifying video comes from Brendan Explores, a UK-based van life and solo camping channel focused on stealth camping, rural overnight stays, and real-time experiences in remote locations. It is March 30th, 2026 in the United Kingdom, Shropshire Hills near buried ditches. Brendan arrives at a remote woodland car park for a solo overnight stay. Conditions are already working against him. Thick fog limits visibility, temperatures are low, and his diesel heater isn't working. Earlier, a group had been nearby playing loud music, introducing uncertainty before the night has even properly started.
To me, I heard what sounded like teenagers laughing and giggling before. I was just about to get into bed. Flipping rave at buried ditches. Oh my god. I'm going to give it 10 minutes and hopefully they're just smoking whatever and then just going to pee off. Thank God for that. They've gone. Oh, that was just going to turn an already bad night into an even worse.
A vehicle pulls up close. Voices and laughter break the silence outside. In isolated locations like this, sound carries clearly, making it difficult to judge how close people actually are. But the proximity feels immediate. The group eventually leaves, but the interruption removes any sense of security.
Outside the van. What the f was that? Where's the light? Right, I think they've...
Moments later, eggs hit the side of the van. The situation changes instantly, from uncertainty to deliberate targeting. This isn't random noise or passing traffic. The van has been identified. From inside, visibility is limited, leaving him unable to assess who's outside or what they might do next.
I would just put the camera down and go at him. Right, they've sped off. But before there's chance for them to come back and do anything else, I'm gonna leave this spot. I'm not staying here tonight. I knew when they first turned up and parked right outside the van here, playing loud music, that there was gonna be...
He decides to leave immediately. Starting the van and exiting in the middle of the night removes him from the situation before it can escalate further. In remote areas, distance becomes the safest option when control is lost. The following morning, he checks the vehicle. Egg residue is visible down the side of the van, confirming the intent behind what happened. This encounter stands out because it shifts from unease to direct targeting. What begins as distant noise becomes a situation where the van and the person inside it are clearly noticed. Unlike environmental risks, this kind of threat is unpredictable and difficult to assess from inside a confined space. Brendan's decision to leave immediately prevents further escalation, reinforcing a key reality of solo camping. When control of the situation is lost, creating distance is often the safest move. The next chilling video comes from Groovy Films, a UK-based van life and travel vlog channel focused on immersive road trips, van camping, and real-world travel experiences. It is December 31st, 2024 at various locations en route to Florida, including Chattanooga, Atlanta, Ocala, and Siesta Key, United States.
So rainy outside, you can't even see outside. I saw that there was rain on the weather app the other day, but I didn't know that it was a tornado watch. So yeah, really scary. I was up because...
Two strangers suddenly appear beside the van. They don't interact, just stand briefly before leaving. The moment is short, but the proximity is what stands out. In low visibility and high stress conditions, unexpected presence like this becomes harder to interpret, especially without knowing intent.
And it was really creepy, but they went away and then it just started pouring rain, so I can't sleep. Woke up at 4 and I have a big day of driving ahead, so yeah, not what I wanted to wake up to. This rain is so heavy and it's like you can hear the thunder. Bennett's still asleep though, so that's good. We're under a tornado watch right now in the van, and it's raining so hard that rain is pouring in through the windows. I put my dirty clothes in the windows and like I'm using my window covers as a shield to keep the rain from getting on my bed anymore, but my bed is wet and it's so rainy. I mean, I can hardly see outside. So I think it's gonna clear up in the next couple of hours, but I really need to sleep because we gotta be on the road in the morning. And I'm exhausted. I couldn't fall asleep for a while because this parking spot.
Sleep becomes difficult. The storm continues, and the earlier encounter lingers. Even as conditions stabilize later, the disruption prevents the situation from fully settling. This moment stands out because of how quickly multiple factors overlap. Severe weather, limited shelter, and unexpected human presence all occur within a short window. Individually, each situation is manageable, but together, they create sustained tension. By the next day, travel returns to normal. But the experience highlights a key aspect of van life. Even routine stops can become unpredictable when conditions shift suddenly. The next shocking video of the night comes from Dan's Van Life, a US-based van life channel focused on solo adventures in remote nature. Known for real-time encounters, outdoor scenery, and practical van living insights. It is July 28, 2023 in Colorado, United States.
For the winter, you can't find any parking spot. This whole parking lot is completely loaded with campers and vans and families and kids running around and riding bikes and riding pit bikes. Like just busy, free campground feeling. I was telling my friend that it's kind of cool, but it's also kind of lonely feeling.
Dan arrives at a quiet mountain parking area during mud season. The location is noticeably empty compared to peak months. Wet conditions, low traffic, and isolation reduce the chance of encounters, but also mean there's little immediate help if something goes wrong.
But right after I said that, a bear came right up to the van.
There's a bear outside the van. Oh my God. Cassie has no idea. At what point do I scare him off? Hi, buddy. Nope, Cassie, it's okay. Cassie just now realized something's out there. I'm just gonna honk if he looks like he's gonna put his paws on the van. Oh, Cassie's scared him.
A bear suddenly appears outside the van. The reaction is immediate. Dan honks to create noise, using distance and sound as a deterrent while keeping his dog inside. In situations like this, avoiding escalation is key. Any sudden movement outside the van could draw attention. The bear eventually retreats, but the proximity highlights how quickly wildlife can enter the same space.
You gotta love when the trail you're walking on just turns into a straight up creek. Maybe I'll need hiking boots sooner than later. I'm currently walking through like feet of snow. Does that mean I can title this video Solo Winter Van Life, even though it's like June? I mean, if there's like feet of snow on the ground and it's getting down in the 30s commonly, I'd call that winter. Not only is there getting to be more and more snow on the trail, but the ground is also... Oh, I don't know if I can make the jump. I don't want to slip and fall into the water. That'd be way worse. We did it. I think it's time that we turn around.
Back at the van, he attempts to cook a meal. Limited propane and power create additional challenges. Improvising becomes necessary, showing how small resource issues can affect basic routines in remote settings. This experience highlights how quickly conditions can shift in remote environments. A calm, isolated setup turns into a close wildlife encounter, followed by physically demanding terrain and limited resources. None of the situations escalate, but each one requires adjustment in real time. It reinforces a key aspect of solo van life. Even routine moments can change quickly, and staying controlled is what prevents them from becoming something more serious. The next video comes from DrivenX Adventure, a US-based adventure channel focused on solo explorations of remote and abandoned locations. The content blends survival, urban exploration, and overnight stays in isolated environments, filmed in a first-person style. It is February 28, 2024, in a desert ghost town, United States.
How many explorers have come up here in the middle of the night and explore this place? That's the question. So, dummy me, this should be recording, I hope. I wasn't recording on my other one. Gosh darn it. But hopefully you saw my face.
He explores nearby buildings. Broken windows, loose timber, and empty interiors create an environment where even small movements can produce noise. In structures like this, sound can travel unpredictably through walls and open space.
It looked like white orbs on my camera, and it wasn't. And I dropped my phone from up there down here. It bounced on the rocks and landed over here. Somebody dug that out.
Distant knocks and thuds are heard. He investigates but finds nothing visible. In desert environments, sound can carry long distances, especially at night. But without a clear source, it becomes difficult to judge direction or distance.
Put over there, I'll move my chair over and I'll turn on my fire. I'll get myself something to drink, move my table over, just kind of go towards the front a little bit. Eat my dinner, drink some whiskey and smoke a cigar. Let me show you my whiskey I brought. So, yes, I have it cold. This is called Georgia Dickel. It's pretty good. So, I don't know if you can see it. But
Later, while seated by the fire, more sounds echo through the area. Wind, loose materials, and distant movement combine to create intermittent noise. With no other people present, each sound stands out more, making it harder to ignore.
But it warms me up. It really warms you up. The stars are out. Pretty damn good. A lot of stars. You know what bothers me is that light. That GoPro light, it has 3 brightnesses. That's the low, then there's the medium and a really high. And the medium and the high don't even work, so.
He scans the area with the camera. The bright moon and clear sky provide visibility, but also emphasize how empty the environment is. There are no clear signs of activity, only space and distance. This experience is defined by isolation rather than events. There are no clear encounters, no visible figures, or direct interaction. Instead, the tension builds from environment, open space, sound carrying across distance, and limited ability to confirm what's causing it. Each moment remains explainable on its own, but together, they create a consistent sense of unease. And in places like this, where there's nothing to interrupt the silence, that's often what has the strongest effect. Before we get into the next clip, around 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. We're working toward 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you're enjoying the video, hitting subscribe really does help. All right, let's get back to it. The last video of the night comes from Cal Bog, a US-based lifestyle and travel channel documenting immersive bus and van life across the country. The content focuses on real-time travel, remote locations, and day-to-day challenges on the road. It is September 1st, 2025 in Bend, Oregon, United States.
Alrighty, friends, we made it to our stop for the night. Do you want to go check it out with me? It was really sketchy getting in, but we got in. Pretty sure we'll be able to get out. We're in a really good spot to be stopped. It's like in this like little turnaround thing.
Cal and the family arrive at a remote parking spot for the night. The area shows clear signs of a recent fire, charred ground, burned vegetation, and scattered debris. The terrain is uneven, with branches and unstable footing, making access more difficult. Visibility is limited, and the bus sits partially hidden from the main turnaround. While this adds privacy, it also reduces awareness of what's happening beyond the immediate area.
There was a fire here recently. Yeah, all the ground's burned.
Beautiful. It's going to be real easy to get out of here.
As they explore the surroundings, the extent of the damage becomes more apparent. Almost everything on the ground is burned. The environment feels stripped back and exposed, with little natural cover or movement. The bus remains set back from the main area, increasing the sense of distance. In locations like this, isolation isn't just about being alone. It's about how far removed you are from any immediate help or visibility. Nothing escalates during the night. By morning, everything returns to routine. But the location itself creates the tension. Burned terrain, limited access, and reduced visibility all contribute to a space that feels less predictable than it first appears. It's a reminder that even ordinary overnight stops can feel very different once the environment around them has changed. We appreciate you for watching. If these creepy encounters gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. There's always another mystery waiting just around the corner.